Demolition crews are knocking down dozens of historic cabins that have been in the Smokies for more than a century. But the real story is what led up to this point. Here's WBIR 10 News reporter Jim Matheny with a preview of a series of stories about the history and conflict over the cabins in Elkmont.
Well, the contractor has started tearing down 33 buildings and restoring 4 others here in the Elkmont Historic District. And this demolition marks the punctuation of a 25-year bitter fight over what to do with these old vacation cabins that were here before this was even a national park. All next week, join us for a series we're calling Elkmont Will Shine. We'll go in-depth with rare film, home movies, and documents you have never seen that show why some people are still so bitter about this situation. But before we dig into all the hows and whys of this controversy, first we want to just give you a lay of the land here at Elkmont and show you the work that's been going on since 1992. This map shows 70 buildings at the Elkmont Historic District in 1992. You can break them down into 4 neighborhoods. First, you have the Wonderland Club with 12 buildings, including the Wonderland Hotel. Head over to the Little River Trail and there's Millionaires Row with 10 buildings. Just beside it, where the road loops around, Daisy Town has 22 buildings. Then there is Society Hill with 26 buildings running along Jakes Creek. And at the end of 1992, when the leases ran out on these cabins and the hotel, the park was going to tear down everything. But then the cabins were listed on the National Register of Historic Places. So the park had to reconsider and spent a decade and a half figuring out what to do. In the meantime, the empty buildings were vandalized and fell apart, including the Wonderland Hotel. So the park tore it down in 2006. Finally, in 2009, the park adopted an official plan. Restore 19 buildings shown in yellow and tear down the rest. But it only had the money to do a little bit of work at a time. So it started by getting rid of 4 cabins in Daisy Town, building new parking lots, and restoring the old Appalachian Clubhouse in 2011. In 2012, crews finished rebuilding the Spence cabin and a new parking area. Then the project went back on hold, waited for money, and in 2016, a fire destroyed the annex of the Wonderland Hotel. The project picked back up again in 2017 with money to restore 4 cabins in Daisy Town and also tear down 33 of the buildings on Millionaires Row and Society Hill. And after this round of work, the to-do list to finally finish this project will include tearing down 12 cabins and restoring 13 others. The end result, 19 cabins. 2 of them you can rent during the day for events. The rest, empty museum exhibits for a small glimpse of the history in the Elkmont Historic District. And the series Elkmont Will Shine starts on Monday on WBIR 10 News at 6. We certainly hope you will watch all week long. But for now, from Elkmont, reporting for WBIR 10 News, I'm Jim Matheny.